Hello and welcome to Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about team building and how to keep your team together and moving forward. This is not my strongest part of the business. It's something that I've always tried to tweak, and I've tried many different things that I've gathered information from different podcasts that I've listened to and webinars and books that I've read to try and work with my team. I've not found just this magic solution that works for every coach across the board. So I have to kind of individualize based on my coaches, what they're wanting to get out of the business and where they're at personality wise, and really where they're at and what they want to make out of it, as far as, are they wanting to, be able to stay at home and quit their full-time job? Are they wanting to do this as a hobby? Are they mostly just wanting to get some of their product paid for and whatnot? So this is a very individualized thing for me. So what works for one coach doesn't work for the other. But here's some things that I have liked the most and gotten the most feedback from that have seemed to be beneficial for my team. First of all, when I get a coach on board, you want to get them started right. I always try and have at least a phone conversation if I can. I always try and schedule one with them so that we can really talk, going, what is it that you want out of this business? So I can know, are they just wanting a discount? Are they wanting to go full out and quit their job? I like to have that phone conversation. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time I'm working with working moms. And so it's just kind of hard to balance schedules, which is fine. But I have at least some dialogue that goes back and forth, either in text or message, email, whatever, to get those getting started right. If you want more information on that, I have a full file of all kinds of information about how I do my getting started right stuff. And there's tons of more stuff that is out there in the Team Iron page that you can get as well. So something that you might find that you like better from Team Iron. So get them started right, figure out where they're wanting to go so that you can support them. I like to work one-on-one. I do have an account with Spreecast. I have led them bi-weekly. I have led them monthly. I have led them periodically. Sometimes I have all my coaches show up. Sometimes I have none of them show up. It's very difficult for me with 3 kids that are in sports to have a set time, and I haven't had them all at school yet. My youngest will start kindergarten next year. So it's been really hard for me to set a time that I think works for everybody across the board. And then I know I'm not going to have some kind of obligation. I've got coaches on the Eastern time zone. I'm on Central. Sometimes I'm not home until 9:30 from games for my little kids. And by the time I get them in bed at night, I don't want to be starting a call at 10 o'clock and asking my Eastern time zone coaches to show up at 11 o'clock to hear it live. So what works best for me is pre-recorded stuff that I can post. I don't think the same accountability is there. It doesn't get the same amount of views, but it's what works for me right now and with my coaches right now. So that's just how I have to do it. But videos work great because they can hear you. They can hear your voice. I would rather listen to a video than read a book any day, and I know a lot of my coaches are that way. Little tidbits of stuff, little videos, just some things that I think of, throughout the day that I can post, something that I've seen from other coaches. Team Iron has so much information in there, and I hate to just share it because, my coaches should be seeing it in there too. But there's so much information that you can get from those that you can share with your coaches to make sure that they are seeing it, because it's some really good information. One thing that I've loved most, and I've had some coaches full out committed to this, and I've had others that start committed and then they kind of fall off the wagon just because life happens, is one-on-one phone calls or one-on-one emails weekly. I've done both. I prefer phone calls because I like to have that connection with them where I can hear a little of their heart, hear a little more of their struggles, and they can hear me and my heart and my care for them and then and their success in this business. I've had some coaches that have stayed committed to it for months and months and months and months. I've had others that they do it for a couple of weeks and it's just too much of a commitment for them. And I have learned really early on that I can give all the tools. I can tell them what's working for me, but I can't make their why strong enough myself to make sure that they're doing those daily things that really make all the difference in the world in this business, that personal development, that sharing, that stepping out of their comfort zone and just working a little. So you can't let yourself feel like a failure in this business if you're not increasing rank because your coaches aren't increasing rank when you're there to help them. I've dropped the ball so many times for my coaches because life happens in my business, in my life. I mean, life happens in my home. There's weeks that go by that it's just full speed and it's all I can do to keep up with my challengers from day to day and to answer the questions that I get in private message from my coaches, because I'm always there for my coaches. They can text and they can call me anytime, and they know that. I never make them feel like they are a burden to me. I always make them feel like I am here to answer their questions. But there are times that weeks go by, and that's the extent that I'm just there for them one-on-one when they need me. I'm not leading a Spreecast for months at a time, even though it's a fortune to pay for, because just life gets so chaotic. But they know that I'm always there for them. And just like my why has to be strong enough that I'm going to have to show up and do a Spreecast, even if nobody else shows up to listen to it. I have to do those things, but I can't pull that out of them. I can't give them that passion. I can't do it for them. But you can do it from your own work ethic and letting them know that you're there for them and that you're constantly trying to tweak things. But like the weekly emails and the weekly phone calls, it's just something that provides a kind of a sounding board each week, a fresh start. I do it based on whenever their schedule works. I kind of work around it. If it's a phone call, of course we coordinate, but by email, I'm going, I need to see an email at this time on this day each week, and then I will respond by this time. For a phone call, I'll say I will call you at this time on the dot. Be expecting it, and this is what we're going to talk about. Shoot me this email ahead of time. Your strategies for this week and your goals for this week. What are you struggling in this week? What can I help you with? Those kind of things. So it's organized. It's something that we can hit head on, talk for 15 minutes, longer if needed, and then we're done. And it's just a way to refuel me and for them. So that's something that works really good for me. But like I said, of course, there's times that I drop the ball because life happens and my family is absolutely going to come first in this business. And I'm always there for my coaches. But as far as the organized spending an hour a day working just on the business from the coach aspect, I just can't do that at this stage in my life, just like I can't do that with my challengers. I have to make this business what works for my family. But my coaches will always know that I am there for them and that I have their back and I am there to answer any questions. And then as much information as I can possibly share and as much as I can put myself out there, stuff that's working for me, whether it's in a short post that I type up and send on Facebook, a video, whatnot, anything that you can do like that to build that relationship as a leader is important for you to do. And Zoom calls are a great way just to have some team camaraderie kind of, and of course talk business. And I'm telling you, there are times that I've done a Zoom call that is absolutely wacky. There are kids and you can see everybody on the screen and there's kids hanging on mamas and we're like up and having to fix a drink for somebody. It's just crazy, but that's just like it is. If we were to get together for a play date with our kids, that's how life would be. So that's always a good thing to do. But anything that you can do to just reach out to your coaches to let them know that you were there for them and then you follow through. Don't say I'm there for you and then when they message you a question, you just like check out for 3 days and then you're like, oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. And then you answer very short. It's not going to cut it. You have to let them know that you can stop the day-to-day mundane stuff that you got going on and give them some of your attention. So that's one way that I build team bonding between us so that we can work together as a team. I have some fantastic coaches with such good hearts, great work ethic, just like me, but all of my coaches are moms. They're working moms, homeschooling moms. I've got several that are homeschooling moms. I have very few that are just stay-at-home moms that have kids in school that actually have time during the day that they're not pulled in 50 different directions. So the best thing about this business is we all can understand that and we can work together over those obstacles so that we can really focus on our whys and keep these things a priority in our business, and keep building off of each other so that we can all keep moving forward together. So that was really random thoughts all over the place, but that was just that's really kind of how my coaching feels like at time, because when it is working around so many different people from so many different walks of life, that's how it feels. I can try and mainstream it all I want, but basically I have to really individualize it for each of my coaches. So just let them know that you look at them individually and that you care for them individually and you're there for them. So that's about all I have on that. And you guys have a great day.